Hi guys, welcome to Wiki Movie Channel. The word cyberpunk as a definition of the whole genre first appeared in 1983 in Gardner Dozo's review of William Gibson's neo-romance, High Technology and Miserable Life. The critics so aptly defined the essence of this genre. Cyberpunk is a wording genre, stories about the near future where digital technologies and virtual reality have only exacerbated the evil of society. Cyberpunk also originated in the 80s in cinema. Now you're watching the top of the best movies of this period. So, let's not waste any time and begin! Tetsu. This crazy film has high ratings on many movie resources, and it was included in the golden font of the genre by the most ardent fans of cyberpunk, and many laudatory reviews have been written about it. However, no matter how paradoxical it may seem, I would never recommend this movie to anyone. Tetsu is a Japanese cyber horror, the plot of which, if you still try to define it, of the sickening process of migrating a person with the iron mechanism. But what is shown on the screen is more likely an uninterrupted stream of black and white consciousness of a person under drug. Tetsu can invoke associations of David Cronenberg works. However, we can't ignore it, and that's why it's on 7th place. 7th place. Tetsu. Tron. In the 80s, Tron revolutionized computer graphics and shocked the public with its neon laser design. At the same time, its plot, in fact, like a fairy tale. The hero got into a magic world inside the computer, where intelligent programs live, and went on a quest to defeat the tyrant of this universe, the Master Control Program. If Tron came out these days, it would be called Pissed Off Post-Cyberpunk, from which social problems were removed and left only with special effects. But this film appeared earlier than the very name of the genre. Tron is not pure cyberpunk. It has greatly influenced its aesthetics, and indeed on science fiction in general. 6th place. Tron. Brainstorm. Scientists have developed a system for recording and reproducing the life experience of other people. With just one press of a button, the brain functions are affected and you literally find yourself in someone else's head, seeing, feeling, and thinking like its owner. The plot of the film comes when the military declare their interest in this invention, and the head of the scientific group has a heart attack right in the lab, and the managers to record her death using the above-mentioned device. The film is not bad, but was coolly received by both critics and viewers. However, the idea of the movie was successful, and then it was clearly taken as a basis for another fantastic cyberpunk action, Strange Days, which we will mention in our top cyberpunk films of the 90s. 5th place. Brainstorm. Videodrome. The main character, Max Ran, the head of a small TV channel that mostly make money from showing pornography, which is the channel's main focus. Max is in search of something new and not boring for the viewer, and finds it. More precisely, he catched a certain signal, where in a not very clear quality they show torture and murder, with amazing authenticity and acting. The transmission is called Videodrome, and he wants to find the signal is coming from. In fact, the film is not really cyberpunk, but there are several ideas of this direction. For example, a technology that provides the impact of visual image from a TV screen on the brain, which not only cause hallucinations, but also provides some expanded possibilities that refute the reality that a person is used to feel. 4th place. Videodrome. The Running Man. 2017. A civilized and highly developed America has turned into a paramilitary state. The domestic economy is bursting at the seams. Not enough food and other important things. But this is not the worst. The horrific fact is that the only hobby of citizens of the United States is the bloody TV show Running Man. The essence of the show is hunting and killing living people. By coincidence, one of the participants in the show becomes a former policeman, Ben Richards. Born in 1987, this fantastic movie, by the way, based on the book by Stephen King, amazingly showed all the vulgarity and dirty essence of the world of television. Crazed spectators, mean showmen, bloody street commercials, and so on. In general, this is an excellent and spectacular action movie, which, despite the prescription of the release, still interesting and enthusiastic. 3rd place. The Running Man. RoboCop. Police officer Alex Murphy was killed on a mission and returned to life as a Metal Knight stuffed with electronics. For Murphy, in RoboCop, only his head remained with fragments of memories. Throughout the film, Alex fights not only with the bandits, but also with a program in his head for the rights to become a human again. Screenwriter Edward Neumeier came up with the idea of RoboCop when he saw a Blade Runner poster on the street and asked a friend what the movie was about. Hearing that it's a movie about a man who hunts robots, he thought it would be interesting to swap the hunter and the prey. This is how the concept of a police robot appeared, which brings terror to the underworld of future. The movie was successful, but unfortunately, the franchise with the subsequent films was not. Second place, RoboCop. Blade Runner. A movie that gave cyberpunk no less than Gibson and Sterling. But it didn't touch the topic of cyber technology. The plot, based on Philip Dick's novel, Do Androids Dream of Electric Ship, was nothing to do with computers or, of course, reality, but raises the level of cyberpunk issues. Who can be considered as a person, and am I a person? Those issues are dealt with by Rick Deckard, a police killer who shoots fugitive androids replicants. Ridley Scott set the canon for what the future looked like in the world of high technology and miserable living. Skyscrapers, giant holographic advertisement, a wild mix of Eastern and Western culture. The image he created turned out to be extremely strong, which many didn't understand what they saw. And that's probably most undesirable thing that could happen to the movie. After the release, critics trampled on the movie and publication ignored it. But this was not the end, only the beginning. Like a phoenix, Blade Runner rose from the ashes and eventually took first place in the list of the best science fiction films. First place, Blade Runner. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. Share your movie impressions in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and put the big thumbs up. See you! Bye!